So, hello everybody. It's been a long time since I have made a video. The reason is that at the moment I'm mostly playing chess, and of course my ability to play chess is so low at the moment still that making a video about chess would be very presumptuous of me. So it's now, I think, the second day after Christmas, and here I am back with a GMT game called Nothing Gained But Glory, which is part of the Musket and Pike Battle series. And I've set up my first scenario. It's the scenario of Halmstad. We have the Danish forces fighting the Swedes, and the Danish forces are up here under Jacob Duncan, the army commander, and we have the Swedes under the army commander King Carl the 11th down here. So this game is very different from any other GMT game I've played before, and so I'm just gonna, and I haven't played at all, so I've just set it up, and I've chosen this scenario because it was recommended as one where you only have a very small map, which is true, it's half a map actually, and also where you only have very few forces to take care of. Within the scenario, as you can play it, there are two ways you can play the scenario. You can either play a short scenario, or you can play a long scenario. So the short scenario starts, and that's the one I'm playing, at 7 AM on August the 17th and ends at 10 AM. The long scenario would start at round about 7 AM and end at around 11:15 or something. So 8 to 10, or, you know, 6:30 to 11:15. First of all, I'd like to show you my setup. What I've done here is I've printed off the latest player aid cards, which you can get from the website of GMT Games. As usual, there all of the information that you require is updated regularly. There's also a more recent player book, a rules book that I downloaded. Here I've got a little sheet that I copied from Board Game Geek. It shows what kind of actions are possible. And here I've got the turn record. And this is something that is kind of new. So I'm going to cut now and move the camera. When you look at this more closely, you can see, when I remove these markers, that it says left, center, right. Now, I'm not using this probably as it was intended, but it doesn't really matter. I use it to track what kind of orders the different wings are under at the moment. The game has 3 wings per side, so each army has a left wing, a center wing, and a right wing, and each of these wings has its own wing commander, and then an overall army commander. Each wing is under certain orders which restrict what the members of the wing can do, or what the player owning this wing can do. So at the moment the Swedes are all under the make ready orders, and the Danes are all under receive charge orders. And depending on what kind of order you're under, there are certain things you can do and certain things you can't do. So this is also something that I printed off from Board Game Geek. Plenty of paper, as you can see, to ensure that we do what we're supposed to be doing. So I'm just going to replace these. And these orders can be changed, but that also requires a dice roll, and you may not be lucky enough. So when we look at the Danes, they are under receive charge orders, which means that when you look at this, depending on if you're cavalry and artillery or if you are infantry, you can do certain things. And the make-ready Swedes also have a list of things that cavalry and artillery can do, and what infantry can do. Now, the first thing that now needs to be done is we need to decide who is going to start. Basically, it's a toss-up between the Swedes and the Danes, and whoever wins the draw then can start. Now, it's not just that you have to decide who's going to go first, and within the turn order you can also start preempting other players, the other player, but also depending on the different orders your wings are under, and in this case it's very simple because each wing is under the same orders. If you had wings of different orders, they would take different precedence. So let's just assume for a second, I'm just going to refer to the rules here. You can have charge orders, make ready, receive charge, rally, and the way this works is only an active wing. So basically, on your activation, you activate a wing. Can you attempt to change the orders? But the way this works is, first of all, you make a decision who's going to start, and in this case, I've just decided that the Danes are going to start. So basically, now what we need to do is we need to make a decision which of my wings is going to be the first to look at. Since they're all under receive charges, it doesn't really make any difference, because these orders are of the same weighting. You know, the weighting is the same. If they had different orders, let's say if one of them had the order charge, then they would have to go first. So charge is the one that has to come first, then make ready, then receive charges, and then receive charge, and then rally. So seeing as I don't have any wing that is under charge orders, but only under receive charge, I can now make a decision which one I want to work with. And I've made a decision because I really want to try this out. And those of you who follow my videos know that my most important part about war games is actually engaging in battle, because I really want to see how this works. Is I'm going to activate the center. Why am I going to activate the center? The center has something that I really, really want. It's got artillery back here, which has a reach of 17. The range is 17 hexes. So I can attack everything in my path, which is basically here. And this is what I'm going to do. So my first order that I'm going to carry out is I'm going to command the central wing, and I'm going to attack these guys with my artillery. So that's what I'm going to do. And I will now play a couple of turns and then get back to you and tell you how things progress. Bye.